So Ricky Stanicky is a new R-rated comedy starring Zac Efron, Andrew Santino, Jermaine Fowler, and John Cena. And this follows a group of friends who created an imaginary friend when they were kids in order to shove the blame on all of their misdeeds. And this following them now, they're all adults. There's like one of them's about to get engaged, one of them's about to have a baby, and they just drop their friend Ricky Stanicky in order to escape all their responsibilities. And when all of their family starts to say, "Hey, we want to meet this person," they hire an actor who is a Atlantic City-based porno parody singer uh, named Rod Rhymstead, who's played by John Cena, and they hire him to be Ricky Stanicky. And hijinks ensue. So with a lot of R-rated comedies, especially with the movies directed by the Farrelly brothers, with stuff like Something About Mary, with the Heartbreak Kid, I feel like they rely too much on the just, "Hey, isn't this funny because we're grossing you out?" And no, I'm not. I'm not amused. And I feel like the first act of this movie was relying a lot on that, and just go, "Okay, what's the most absolute outrageous thing we can think of?" And we'll let all of our actors improvise off of that, and we'll let the camera roll. And it's doing a lot of that same crap that I give endless amounts of shit to filmmakers like Judd Apatow, like Melissa McCarthy and her husband. But what I think makes this movie watchable, at least in the second and third act, is how much John Cena is committing to this character and making us like and sympathize with the character of Rod, eventually Ricky Stanicky, because he does have some of the best moments in this. And when this movie actually works, it is the character stuff in between John Cena and the other actors in them.
Yeah.
That's the only time this works.
Yeah, so you have Peter Farrelly, who's one half of the Farrelly brothers, as Nick has mentioned. So he's done some other solo projects before. He did The Greatest Beer Run Ever, which
is also a piece of shit.
Okay, he also did Green Book, which was the Oscar-winning Green Book, Best Picture there.
Which, if you want to know my thoughts on that movie, just look at American Fiction, because the Adam Brody character is very much just playing Peter Farrelly.
And then he also did a segment of Movie 43 there. He also did that. Yeah, and then John Cena, like I said, he's committed to the bit. I know he did an OnlyFans for this. Like he set up with the Ricky Stanicky character there. John Cena, comedic talent. Do you think he kind of more or less selling this thing?
Yeah, he is the only one who I think is understanding what he is working with and is using that and his natural comedic chops and is making this work, even when this movie is trying to have like an emotional core about this and about the film. And that's the only time it works, because of how much Cena plays it straight.
Funny, because I know I didn't see this movie, but you did. But how much is it closer to this other streaming movie John Cena did, Vacation Friends? There, yeah, seems like he's kind of playing somewhat similar.
Not even in the same ballpark, because with Vacation Friends, it's actually funny. There's actual chemistry between all of our main characters in this. Cena, he is playing a lovable buffoon, but he plays it with so much sincerity that, in both projects, it's what makes the character work. But with Vacation Friends, you had such a great straight man with Lil Rel Howery and the actress playing his partner, that it makes that movie work. But with here, it feels like everybody is just here for a paycheck until they are on screen with Cena interacting one-on-one.
Okay. The supporting cast, you don't like really anybody else? Not Zac Efron?
Jermaine Fowler has one of my favorite moments between him and John Cena that is, a joke that is played fairly straight. And Zac Efron, him and Cena are asked to deliver kind of the emotional climax, something that plays into the emotional climax of this movie. Andrew Santino is like, Yeah, he's a funny comedian. I like seeing him on podcasts.
That's the
Even a
red haired dude,
small,
right?
yeah, the red hair dude. He plays a Lil Dicky's manager on Dave, and he was also on Beef, and he was funny, but he's just playing the kind of yuppie like hipster guy.
Okay. Is this kind of like
And
one of his first big movie things? Because I don't remember seeing it.
I think so.
Okay. I've seen he's been in other things like Scrambled. He was in Fool's Paradise, House Party, House Party.
Yeah,
Yeah. He was in that. Didn't Jermaine Fowler wasn't he also in House Party?
he was. I think
No,
I'd be
he
surprised.
wasn't.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah, but Jermaine Fowler, I loved him. He was in The Blackening. I did love him in The
Yeah,
Blackening.
I loved his character in The Blackening.
Yeah, he was funny in that. So, what would be your final thoughts and rating for Ricky Stanicky?
Uh, the only reason I am not giving this movie a waste of fucking film is because of how straight Cena plays it and how even in small moments he still manages to be funny and give me something that okay, I feel like I'm not wasting my time with this movie.
Mm,
But
okay.
outside of him, this is about as hard a skip it as you can name.
Mm, okay. So just to skip it there, so you wouldn't even on streaming, even though say you wouldn't recommend people check it
No.
out. Okay. Yeah, so that was your thoughts on Ricky Stanicky. It gives it a skip it.